Back with you for the bottom of the first here in Lincoln. Apologies for the connection issues. We're trying to figure that out here. Of course, the Blues starting this season out on the road. In the opposing ballpark of the Potters. Leading things off is Matt Volker for the Potters. Matt Sox on the mound for the Blues. First start of the season, big right-hander out of the University of Utah. Looks in there and delivers 1-2. One bit inside, and the count now 2-2. It's even. No outs in the bottom of the first. Blues lead this 1-0 off the home run from A.J. Esperanza. No wind at the ballpark here today. High 70s as this one's ripped into left but foul. Count remains even at 2-2. No outs. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Blues. Yeah, we mentioned it at the top. The Potters have played 3 conference games. This is their first against a team in the division. Blues making their way all the way up here from San Luis Obispo. The 2-2 from Sox is just outside. Count full at 3-2. Volker, the DH today for the Potters, bats from the left side. It was team down 1-0 here. This one's hit up into center field, and it'll be a base hit. So Volker starts his day out with a single. He's 1 for 1, and Sox has given up a base hit here early.
Now down for your Potters, out of Oklahoma Baptist, number 9, Trey Curry.
Sox to face now. Trey Furry playing left field here today. Takes a big cut at that first pitch. It's 0-1.
Driving by over on Boulevard, maybe I won't. Give me something to persuade me. How about $5?
0-1 on to Furry as Sox fires one over to first to check on Volker, who singled.
That's the thing. That's it. I'm going now.
The 0-1 from Sox. Looks in, gets the sign. Breaking ball. Low counts at 1-1. No outs in the bottom of the first. Blues lead this 1-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Count now 1-2. For the infielder, 6'2", a junior out of Oklahoma Baptist University. He's from Folsom, California, not too far from here. Batting .278 on the season so far. That includes non-conference competitions. This one's outside. Throw over to first, a bit high, just to check on Volker. Count even 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
For his 37th at-bat of the season, he bats from the right side. 5 RBIs on the season, 7 walks, 2-2 count. Matt Sox delivers with no outs in the inning. Breaking ball gets him to swing through it for the first out and the first strikeout for Matt Sox on the season. In will step Evan Hafley, the first baseman for the Potters today.
Our first baseman, number 38, Evan Hafley.
So Hafley stands in to bat from the right side. Runner on first, 1 out in the inning as Sox just recorded a strikeout. Fires in there, strike 1, gets ahead of him 0-1. So the Blues jumped on him early, and now the Potters trying to do the same here in the bottom of the first. Hafley stands in and awaits the 0-1 from Sox. Paints the corner with a fastball. 0-2 now as he gets ahead. Hafley stands in, carries a big stick. Sophomore at Arkansas Tech University, 6'1", 240. Throw over to first, just to tack on Volker again, who singled to start this half of the inning. Oh, and 2 as Sox awaits. The sign comes set, delivers to the plate, gets him to swing on one. Second strikeout for Matt Sox, and that one looked to be on a breaking ball too. So after the leadoff single, Sox comes back, records 2 Ks swinging, and will now have to get through Jason Brandon, the center fielder, batting fourth today, to get through the inning relatively harmless. Brandon stands in, again bats from the right side. Two outs in the inning. Sox delivers. In there, strike one. He's gotten ahead of 3 straight batters. The 2 previous at-bats have led to strikeouts. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Blues jumped on him. Potter's looking to do the same, but Sox dialed in off of back-to-back Ks, continues to check on Volker over there at first. The 0-1 for Matt Sox. Breaking ball. He's got that pitch working right now. 0-2. Third straight batter he's got to 0-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Checks over at first one more time. First of a 3-game series, Matt Sox making his first start of the season out of La Cañada, California. Went to La Cañada High School. The 0-2, breaking ball, a bit high. It's what's gotten him his 2 strikeouts so far. He was going for a third. For Utah, posted a 5-1 record, 4.75 ERA in 15 appearances, about 30 1/3 inning of work. Batters hitting below 270 on him in his 2021 campaign. The 1-2 gets him to swing through a third straight breaking ball. That's 3 strikeouts swinging for Matt Sox, and it retires the side as the Blues remain ahead 1-0 off the Esperanza home run. That's 1 inning of work here, and the Blues lead it. It's their first inning of the season. It's a season opener here in California. Blues lead 1-0. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Back for the top of the second here in Lincoln. Blues leading 1-0, and at the bat is T.J. Clarkson playing first base today for the Blues. Bradley Wilcott still out there. Count 1-2, no outs here in the bottom of the second. Here at McBean Stadium. The 1-2. Belted to right field and foul. And that one was off the Potters' dugout. T.J. Clarkson, redshirt freshman at Utah. Teammate of Matt Sox, who's on the mound today and recorded 3 strikeouts swinging in the bottom of the first. The 1-2. Looks at ball 2 as the count evens. Clarkson stands in there, bats from the left side, 6'4", 220, out of Gilbert, Arizona. Spending his summer with the Blues. The 2-2 fouled off, and he's in a battle with Wilcott. So the Blues were able to get 5 men up to bat in that top of the first in which they struck. Clarkson looking to lead off here, 2-2. Fouls another one back. And is having a good at-bat to start. Wilcott gets the sign, comes set, and delivers from the right side to Clarkson, who takes ball 3 and is having a heck of an at-bat here to start off the top of the second. Clarkson in his 2021 campaign batted 280 at-bats, had 4 extra base hits, 11 RBIs, 14 walks. As he was looking to draw one there, but strikes out looking. So Wilcott gets his first K and is finally able to put down blue. Thomas Trinka now playing right field for the Blues today. Bats from the right side. Wilcott, breaking ball. This one's hit over to short. Cleanly fielded. Throw is not in time as it took a hop. And Trinka will be safe. So the Blues get themselves another infield single. That was Stahl over there at short that made the play. It was fielded cleanly. So the Blues get another man on first base, and in steps Will's guy, playing left field today. First pitch outside as Guy gets ahead of the count 1-0.
All right, Potter fans, let him hear it. Let him hear it.
Another breaking ball as Guy looks at the 2-0 pitch.
First game of the season for the Blues.
And the season opener for the SLO Blues out of the CCL South Division, making their way up here to Lincoln. Swings and fouls one off. I think it's important to note the Blues got here an hour ago. A drive that was scheduled to take only 5 hours with a stop in there. The drive up from SLO to Lincoln ended up taking 6.5 hours. The team did not take BP. They stretched and took some ground balls, but they're here and they jumped on the Potters early. Guy, 2-1, hits that one into the gap in left field, right through the shortstop and third baseman. The Blues have 2 men on and are threatening again here in the bottom of the second as Guy singles. It's back-to-back singles. Trinka, Guy, and now Ruben Mercado will have a chance to step in, playing shortstop today, and throw the lead for the Blues, as there's only 1 out in the inning. So with the Blues threatening, Wilcott has to find a way to get out of the jam. Only one out in the bottom of the second, Blues leading 1-0. Wilcott gets him to swing and miss through the first one. It was foul tipped into the glove.
There's one, Water fans. We need a couple more. Let them hear it, huh? Where's those cowbells? You guys got them?
And the Potters faithful have been given cowbells, trying to make some noise here.
Yes, indeed. If you strike out, you just got all of our fans half off Cookhouse Brew.
Wilcott looks in and gets the sign.
0-1 to Mercado.
0-1 to Mercado. Swings and misses. In the hole, 0-2.
There's two. Come on, my friends.
But we've seen some lengthy at-bats in this half inning from the Blues so far. We'll see if Ruben can battle all the way back. Wilcott and Camaro get their signs together. They're on the same page. Wilcott looks over to second, delivers on, and this one's hit softly into right field. Play made at second, throw on to first, not in time. It took him off the bag. They'll call him safe. Mercado with an infield single. And the Blues will have him loaded. 3 straight infield singles for the Blues with just 1 out in the bottom of the second, and there will be a conference on the mound.
I am, now that I've gotten all the technical. Those fine folks that we're trying to watch, you know, I wanted to get back for you. And now we're
All right, very good. You work harder than I've ever seen you work.
So the Blues with the bases loaded in the bottom of the second, only 1 out. Conference on the mound with Bradley Wilcott. He'll stay in there, of course. It was the pitching coach going out to see him, but he'll have to get through this top of the lineup that gave him trouble in the top of the first. It's Ryan Fenn now to bat with the bases loaded and only 1 out with his team leading 1-0. So for a team that came in here, again, we mentioned just over an hour ago, came in, did not take BP, 3 straight infield singles, making contact. Wilcott, breaking ball outside. Again, we've seen him going with the breaking ball in the first pitch, has not been able to get a Blues player looking or paint the corner. Wilcott struggling with control, but the Blues hitting for contact. Shake off the sign from Camaro. Then they get on the same page. Comes set, delivers the 1-0. And this one's hit out into right, but foul. So what a start it's been for this Blues offense so far. Home run in the second at-bat of the season. 6th pitch of the season seen by any player. And that man is due up next, the DH AJ Esperanza. Wilcott delivers in there. Chopper over to second. Not in time. 4 straight infield singles, and that'll play another run. The Blues will be up 2-0 with the bases still loaded, and we're still in the bottom of the second. And up steps the man who went deep in his first at-bat. AJ Esperanza will bat with the bases loaded, just 1 out, and his team ahead 2-0 now. Looks at the first pitch on the outside corner, fastball in there for a strike. Question is, after a guy goes deep on 3 pitches he's seen from you, how do you attack him here? We'll see how Wilcott responds after giving up his second run. AJ looks outside. Count evens at 1-1. Esperanza put a good swing on a ball that was hit to the opposite field. He went deep out to left. Esperanza batting from the left side, obviously. Went oppo, and will now look to cause some damage here. Count even at 1-1. Wilcott set to the plate, swung on and missed. Big hack by Esperanza, and he's behind now 1-2. Blues ahead 2-0. Base is still loaded. Just 1 out in the inning. Bradley Wilcott struggling here early. Pitch count getting way higher than expected to start. The 1-2 to Esperanza. Outside again. Count even now at 2-2. And what we've seen in this inning, Blues players having excellent at-bats. on their pitch and hitting it to where the field has not been able to make a play so far. Bottom of the second, bases loaded, 2-2 count to AJ Esperanza.
Here's a 2-2 by Wilbert.
Swung on and missed by Esperanza. Reached for the breaking ball, but Wilcott got him swinging.
Ambrose Soler strikeout. Rose Soler with Ambrose Soler. Now batting, number 21, center fielder Ryan Trump.
Now Ryan Cermak comes in. He singled his first time up. He'll bat from the right side. Bases still loaded as Esperanza only struck out swinging. Wilcott got that key second out. Cermak fouls one off to start the at-bat. He'll be behind 0-1.
0-1.
The 0-1 to Cermak. Fouls a second straight one off. Behind 0-2 now. Runners were taken off on contact.
After ball brought to you by J.J. Screening Glass. They're ready to serve all of your broken glass needs because they truly hit it out of the park every time. J.J. Screening Glass.
Cermak in the hole, 0-2. Chokes up on that bat. Two-strike approach here in the batter's box. Wilcott shakes off the sign from Camaro. Now they're on the same page. Now he'll come set and deliver the 0-2 to Cermak. That one swung on, hit over to third. Play made cleanly. Can the throw on to first be? They'll say he's out. Looked like Cermak may have beaten that one out, but instead it'll be the third out with the bases loaded. The Blues only able to plate one more run, but regardless, they lead this one 2-0 after 1.5. We'll be back with you for the Potters bats in the bottom of the second, and Matt Sox, who's already struck out 3 in his first inning of work. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Welcome back to Blues Baseball. We're in downtown Lincoln at McBean Stadium, home of the Potters. Season opener for your Blues. They lead the Potters 2-0 here early. They've plated a run in every half inning. Top of the first, a home run from A.J. Esperanza. Top of the second, infield single with the bases loaded that was able to score a run. They lead this one 2-0 with Matt Sox, the right-hander, back on the mound. Struck out 3 swinging in his first inning of work. Looking to get back to business as usual as he'll face the third baseman, Trace Wilhoit. Wilhoit manning the hot corner here today. Behind 2-0 here early. Sox in there for strike one as he painted the corner with a fastball. Count now 2-1. They'll say he didn't swing at that one. He checked up. Count now 3-1. Sox allowed 1 single in that top of the first, but then it was 3 straight strikeouts. Gets him to foul one off here. Counts full, and Sox has battled his way back as the count is now full.
There's another foul ball out into the parking lot, brought to you by JJ Screening Glass. Boulevard 7th Street.
Trace Wilhoit with a full count here to start off the bottom of the second. Sox delivers. They'll say it was outside for ball 4, and Wilhoit will take a walk. Sox first walk of the afternoon. Second base runner for the Potters.
Now batting for your Potters, Adams Sierra College, number 29, Cameron Carr.
In steps Cameron Carr. He's doing the catching today. Sox delivers in there. Strike one. Gets ahead of Carr here early. Cameron Carr batting from the right side. Potters again trying to get back in this one. Already trailing 2-0. Have surrendered a run in both half innings. The Blues able to jump on him here early. Sox been thrown over to first here every time he lets a runner on. Just to give him, just check on him. He's ahead 0-1 on Carr. That Sox delivers. This one's hit out to right field. Under it, cleanly, for the out is Trinka. So a walk and a fly out, the 2 first at-bats here.
Now batting for your Potters out of Charleston State University, number 18, Cade Turnage.
The right fielder, Cade Turnage, steps in now with one away. Wilhoit got the walk to lead off the inning. Carr flew out to right, and now Sox delivers. Gets him to swing through another breaking ball. He's had that pitch working really well, and Turnage was fooled on the first one. 0-1 as he gets ahead. Sox eyes first. He's thrown over there a number of times. He'll do it again. Just checking on the runner. Blues lead 2-0. Sox with the runner getting out into the zone where he's threatening to steal, but again retreating back over to first. Still only one out in the bottom of the second. Blues lead this one 2-0. Sox trying to protect that lead. To Turnage. Gets him to swing through another one. And he gets ahead of him 1-2. Sox will eye first yet again and throw over there yet again. keeping Will Hoyt honest.
1 ball, 2 strikes, I'm turning. Your socks.
The 1-2. This one's hit out to left. This one's got some carry on it, but safely under it. He lost it in the sun momentarily, and it drifted foul. It was not in fair territory. Will's guy just lost it in the sun, and it goes down as a foul ball. Some guy had to battle the sun on that one, but did not have to play anyway. Turnage still in a 1-2 count against Sox, who already has 3 strikeouts swinging, all on the breaking ball. We get on the same page with Austin Shell here. Come set and deliver the 1-2 to Turnage. Got him to check his swing, but they'll say he went around. Turnage is not convinced, but it'll go down as the 4th strikeout of the day for Matt Sox in the 2nd out of the inning. Potter's faithful, obviously not agreeing with the call. It goes down as the 2nd out. Sox gets him to foul tip one into the glove. Drew Stahl now the shortstop. Drew Stahl out of the University of Minnesota. In his 2021 campaign, only batted 100, only had 10 at-bats in a shortened season for him. Behind 0-1, breaking ball, painted the corner, and it's 0-2. So Sox is ahead here. Already 4 strikeouts on the day. All swinging. Sox gets the sign. Runner taking off for second. This one's hit out to center. Safely under it is Cermak. And that'll be the 3rd out. Side is retired. Potters only get a walk. And then they go fly out, strike out, and a fly out. Matt Sox clean through another half inning, and we'll be back with you for the top of the 3rd here in Lincoln. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Welcome back to McBean Stadium. Top of the 3rd now. Blues ready to bat. Bradley Wilcott's still out there. Has surrendered 2 runs on weak contact so far. Or 1 run on weak contact in the last half inning, excuse me. It'll be Austin Shell to lead things off for the Blues in the top of the 3rd, already leading this thing 2-0. Fouls another one back. Count even at 1-1. Wilcott so far has just struggled with control, unable to paint the corners with some breaking balls. Hasn't gone to his off-speed too much because of it. The 1-1 to Shell, who's doing the catching today. and is on the same page with Matt Sox so far. The 1-1. Outside with the fastball, 2-1.
Come on, Park fans, let's hear you.
The 2-1 to Shell. Takes outside and gets ahead 3-1.
Three balls and one strike. And Shell brought it apart.
The 3-1. Outside, and it'll be a leadoff walk for Austin Shell. First walk of the day for the Blues. They've been finding their way on first base via the single and scored their second run because of that. But they'll get another leadoff runner on, nobody out, and Mason Grotto to the plate. Grotto manning the hot corner today, has done his work in the batter's box, and what to do more here is the Blues have one on first here to start. Swings and hits one over to third. Double play ball. They'll try and get it, and they do. They go 5-4-3 on the ground out and a double play. And what a play it was over at third. Will Hoyt, who drew a walk in the last half inning, sparks a double play for the Potters in the top of the third. 2 quick outs on the ground out double play for the Blues. And TJ Clarkson will step up, batting from the left side and fouling one off to start here with 2 outs in the top of the third, excuse me. Blues leading 2-0 on the road in their season opener, giving Matt Sox some cushion. Had a 10-pitch at bat his first time up. Takes outside, strike 2 there.
Whatever, you got to keep the constituents happy. 0-2 on TJ Clarkson. TJ out of the University of Utah.
0-2.
High to left field.
His one out to left. That one's drifting, going back. Is it foul or fair? We'll await the sign. They'll say it was foul. Wilcott getting the flashback of the A.J. Esperanza home run that went deep out to left that started things off for the Blues offense here today, but that one going foul, and T.J. Clarkson in an 0-2 count. So the Blues go walk and a 5-4-3 double play, but still lead this one 2-0, top of the third, 0-2 to Clarkson. That one's outside and an easy take, ball 1. Clarkson again out of the University of Utah, teammate of Matt Sox. The 1-2 is hit up in center field and right past Wilcott. Another single for the Blues. Another man on first base. Thomas Trinka, right fielder, will step up after the second base hit of the day for T.J. Clarkson.
I'm just going to do it on the George Mason University.
Trinka takes ball 1, a breaking ball in the dirt. The 1-0. Trinka takes low for ball 2. And gets ahead here early in the count.
Where's those cowbells?
Ahead 2-0. When you mentioned Wilcott has struggled with control here, it's again another 3-0 count, and Trinka is in position to swing if he gets the pitch he wants. The pitch. In there for a strike. Two outs, top of the third. In there for another strike. Count now full as Wilcott has worked his way back. 3-2 now to Trinka. Runner at first is TJ Clarkson. They'll say that one was low, and it'll be a second walk of the half inning for the Blues. Runners on first and second now, 2 outs in the top of the third. Will's guy steps up now. Trinka's reached both times in this one, a single and a walk. Guy singled in the last half inning. Takes in there, strike one. Guy, the left fielder today, bats with runners on in what's been a long top of the third for Bradley Wilcott. And we mentioned the pitch count already high here today. The 0-1 swung on and missed by Guy. Going for it all there with runners on, but instead finds himself in an 0-2 count. 2 outs here, top of the third, Blues leading 2-0. And Wilcott with a chance to get out with minimal damage. Guy takes the 2-0, swings, and fouls one off to stay alive in the at-bat. Guy chokes up on the bat. 2-strike approach here with 2 outs and runners on first and second for the Blues. Wilcott gets the sign from Carr, comes set, and looks to deliver. Looks back at second, now comes to the plate. This one's popped up. We'll see if the infield has a play on it. Making over there is third baseman Will Hoyt, retired to the side as the Blues get 3 men on, but do not score a run. Still lead this one 2-0. It'll be the Potters bats with Matt Sox on the mound in the bottom of the third. You're listening to the Blues streaming network. Back in Lincoln for the bottom of the third. Blues leading this one 2-0. And it'll be Jacob Shaver out of the University of Arizona playing second base here today. His first at bat. Sox. Ball 1 to Shaver. Sox so far has gone 4 strikeouts, a walk, and a single on weak contact. Good outing so far. The 1-0 to Shaver. Swung on and missed. Pitch was outside, but fooled Shaver. Count even at 1-1. One and one. Sox gets him to swing through a second straight off-speed pitch. When you look at the Potters' offensive numbers, they're hitting .259 as a team, including non-conference competition, which they had to start off their season. The 1-2 from Sox. Swung on and missed again, a 5th K for Matt Sox, all of swinging variety. So 5 and counting for Matt Sox. Again, he's pitching to an offense that in conference play, and that only includes 3 games, is only batting 163. Only their fourth conference matchup of the season. Their first with an opponent from the South Division. Sox to deal. Back to the leadoff man, and Matt Volker, the DH today, who reached on soft contact, got a base hit in the bottom of the first. Sox dealing to the left-hander as this one's hit out softly. Cermak on, but Guy will make the play out and left. First out in the bottom of the third. Second out. Strikeout swinging and a fly out to left. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Potters, if you look at their power numbers, 8 home runs on the season, all in non-conference competition. They have several players in their lineup today that have solid batting averages if you were to look at just the numbers, but they don't have a hit in conference play quite yet. Matt Sox trying to keep it that way as he'll deal to Trey Fury, who struck out swinging and was the first victim of that for Matt Sox in the bottom of the first. They have 97 runs scored, but again, just 9 in conference. Sox gets him to swing through a second straight breaking ball. Count even at 1-1. They have league leaders in batting average, home run, RBI, pitching wins, all numbers compiled in non-conference competition. Sox, the 1-1. In there for strike 2. Gets ahead of the count yet again, that time with the fastball. Sox shakes off the first pitch. Gets the one he wants. The 1-2 went outside just a bit too much. Count evens at 2-2. Two outs, bottom of the third, Blues leading 2-0. Sox the 2-2. In there, strike 3 called, and he got him looking. 6 Ks on the day for Matt Sox. That the first of the looking variety. But he's dealing so far, and his team has given him a cushion. Blues lead this one 2-0 through 3. We'll be back with you for their bats in the top of the fourth. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Top of the fourth here, Blues leading this one 2-0. Ruben Mercado will lead it off for the inning, playing shortstop here today. Bradley Wilcott still out there dealing for the Potters.
Okay, number 1, Ruben Mercado.
Has been able to get out of some threatening situations the Blues have put him through. Bases loaded, able to get out of it, only surrendering 1 back in the top of the 2nd. But now he'll face Mercado, who's already 1-1 against him on the day. And he had one of the weaker infield singles for the Blues, but was able to reach regardless.
There's one right there. 1-1. Come on.
1-1 to Mercado. Situation where Wilcott would love to have a quick inning. Mercado hits one softly out to second, just over his head. Shaver had a beat on it, but couldn't jump high enough to get it. It's the 2nd single of the day for Mercado, and the 2nd straight inning in which the Blues have had a man on to start.
Now batting number 2, the second baseman, Ryan Fenn.
And now it's back to the top of the lineup for the Blues. Ryan Fenn, the second baseman himself, ready to bat. Fenn, who's flown out to right and reached. Gotten a base hit on the day. Swings. This one's hit softly to second, Shaver has it, makes the throw over. Fenn not running hard because he knew it was a foul ball. That was my mistake, and it was.
Now batting number 5.
Or not quite sure how they'll rule that. They'll say Fenn's safe at first. The only call could be catcher's interference. So Ryan Fenn, on what looked to be a ground out routine at that, will be safe at first as this one's lined into left center. 3 straight Blues will reach. What a throw it was from center. Brandon's got a cannon out there. No run will score, but with no outs in the top of the 4th, the Blues will have the bases loaded again for a 2nd straight half inning. So the Blues go single, catcher's interference that has Fenn safe at first, and Esperanza, who's homered and struck out on the day, lines one into left center to load the bases. And now Wilcott in some trouble as he'll face Ryan Cermak, the center fielder. The righty delivers. This one's pop. Cermak knows he missed one. The infield has a beat on it. It'll be Shaver at second, battling the sun and making the play. Bases remain loaded. Blues will try to score, and they will. In from third, the Blues get a run. Ruben Mercado with the heads-up play. It'll go down as a run and the 3rd of the afternoon for the Blues. Mercado with great speed and awareness at 3rd. Terrific base running, able to tag up after the ball was caught and score from 3rd. He was 90 feet away, and it gets it done. Blues lead this one 3-0 now. So the Cermak hops out. A run scores. Into right field. Diving catch is not made. Turnage made the play to save it from getting by him, was not able to catch it. It's another run for the Blues. 4-0 now they lead. Top of the 4th, and Bradley Wilcott's still out there. Aside from the home run and the line drive by Esperanza, Esperanza's been the only guy who's gotten hard contact on. The homer and the line drive single, the rest have been weak contact, relatively routine flyouts, play not made out there by Turnage. So still with 1 out in the inning, Blues score a 2nd straight run and lead this one 4-0. Some bizarre plays, the catch interference throwing everybody off, but Fenn was safe. That loaded the bases. And they've gotten 2 more runs here, tacking on. The Blues giving Matt Sox more cushion here as he's already been dealing. Mason Grotto will step out now. That was Austin Schell who singled out to right field.
Yeah, 2 runs.
Whole lot of singles for the Blues here today.
Still on the mound to face Mason Grotto with 2 runners on.
Grotto with 2 runners on, first and second, only 1 out in the top of the 4th. Wilcott deals inside ball 1.
The 2 runs have scored this inning, 3 hits and a catcher's interference.
Blues in this top of the 4th, 3 hits, 3 singles, and a catcher's interference get them 2 runs here to lead this one 4-0. Wilcott gets the sign, looks in, looks back at second a couple times, and now deal. That one low, gets by the catcher. Runners will advance to second and third. Blues continue to capitalize on some Potter's miscues here, and will have a possible 5th and 6th run, just a base hit away, depending on where it's hit. Mason Grotto, who popped up to second in this one and actually hit into a 5-4-3 double play. A chance to avenge all of that with a base hit into left center. It one-hops the fence. 2 more runs will score. Grotto will be safe into second with a stand-up double. It's 6-0 SLO Blues. Grotto saw the pitch, jumped all over, barreled up, sent it into left center. The second extra base hit. And Grotto finds himself safe at second with a 2 RBI double. And that'll be the end of the day for Bradley Wilcott. Rough outing for him. Pitch count got high early, gave up plenty of base hits. Only 2 of the extra variety, the home run and the double. But the Blues able to plate 6 runs off of him, and we're still only in the top of the 4th. There's still only 1 out. There's a new pitcher out there, and we'll introduce you to him. On the other end of this break, you're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher out there for the Potters is Elijah Garcia, his 2nd year with the Lincoln Potters. Right-hander, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Born in Lincoln, California. Attended Cal State Northridge. Playing for his hometown Summer League team. But his team's hurting right now. The Blues plated 6 runs off of Bradley Wilcott in what's been a crazy top of the 4th. Bradley Wilcott, his outing goes 3 1/3, 10 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. What a day it was. 76 pitches in just 3 1/3 innings of work. The Blues have been hitting for contact. Couple hits for power that have done the damage. 3 RBIs off of extra base hits. Still only 1 out in the inning, and TJ Clarkson will have his chance to add to the hit party. Runner at second is Mason Grotto, who just drove in 2 with a double. Garcia, first pitch in there for a strike. Right-hander gets ahead of him early. The 0-1. Breaking ball in there. Strike 2, and he's ahead 0-2. Oh, and 2 to Clarkson. Garcia eyes second. Grotto's there, has a healthy lead, but there's no one over there to throw him out, so he'll deal to the plate. Breaking ball is fouled off the right side. Garcia trying to get a second out. They've been stuck at one out forever as the Blues have continued to plate runners. The 0-2, Garcia to Clarkson. It's been 3 straight breaking balls. We'll see what he has for Clarkson on the 0-2. Fastball tries to paint the corner there. Now it's 1-2. Clarkson manning first today, batting from the left side. The 1-2. Runner at second for the Blues. Garcia. This one was floated in there. Clarkson hits it out to left. This one's got some carry on it, going back at the wall, and it's gone. See you later. TJ Clarkson goes deep to add to the damage here. The Blues continue to hammer the Potters. It's 8-0 off the 2-run home run from TJ Clarkson. Another one that carried out to left. Looked like it'd be a routine out for a second, but not to be. That one carried, and it kept going to the tune of a 2-run homer for TJ Clarkson. Second home run of the day for the Blues. Their 3rd extra base hit. Their 11th hit. And their 8th run. This one's hit over the 3rd. Will Hoyt has it. And the second out finally recorded. That was Thomas Trinka who grounded out to 3rd.
Now batting number 18, left fielder Will Scott.
Will's guy steps in. What an inning it's been for the Blues. Tacking onto this lead. Guy hits one over to 3rd. Will Hoyt has it again. Pulls his man off the bag. The ruling is that he is safe. So Will Hoyt looked like he'd have him easily, but the throw brought Halfley off of first base. It's another man on first for the Blues. And with 2 outs in the top of the 4th, Ruben Mercado will have a chance for his second at-bat of the inning as the Blues have hit around. They've been beating up Potters pitching. 8-0. Mercado sends in. Throw over to first to check on Guy. Well, for the season opener for the Blues, I don't think you could have asked for more from this offense. They had no batting practice, arrived an hour before first pitch, got in minimal stretching, took minimal ground balls. Lineup was thrown together on the fly by Coach Bob Miller. And this one is bounced to home plate. Guy gladly takes second. Stolen base for Will's guy. So another runner in scoring position for the Blues. Mercado standing in there. He's 2 for 2 on the day, mind you, with 2 singles. The Potters faithful trying to make some noise, trying to get that precious 3rd out to end what's been the longest top of the 4th for the season of them so far. 6 runs in the inning for the Blues. Just incredible. Garcia deals. This one's fouled off. Count evens at 1-1. Mercado knowing he was expecting a different pitch, but the count evens nonetheless. Ruben Mercado, a senior out of San Jose State, stands 5'10". He's out of Foothill High School. Played at Cuesta College under head coach Bob Miller. This one's hit over to short. Stahl has it. Throw on to first. Well, believe it or not, the inning is over. The Blues plate 6. They lead 8-0. Add on another 2 extra base hits. What a day for this offense so far. 8-0 Blues. The Potters will have their chance to bat in the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher for the Blues out there is Jared Hart, sophomore out of Illinois State University. Matt Sox was having a day, mind you. 6 strikeouts for Matt Sox in his 3 full innings of work, only allowed 2 base runners via a weak contact single and a walk. So Matt Sox was about as efficient as it gets. And in talking with Coach Bob Miller before this one, obviously he understands what Matt is capable of. He said, all I need from him, if we get some offense, is 3 clean innings. He got that and then some, and his offense has delivered too. After a 6-run top of the 4th, they lead this one 8-0. And Jared Hart will come in with a more than comfortable cushion, and will look to protect this lead for the Blues as the Potters have yet to get going. Again, only 2 base runners. We'll see if Hart is able to continue that trend. Out of Cedar Park, Texas, that's his hometown, went to Vista Ridge High School, had a 2021 campaign that featured an 8.69 ERA, went 1-1 in 14 appearances. In the years prior, he was at Wabash College, made 7 appearances there, including a start. His first pitch is delivered, fastball, swung on and missed by Evan Halfley, who struck out via Matt Sox in his first at-bat. Halfley stands in, batting from the right side, and awaits the 0-1 from Hart. It's this one softly out to right. It's actually got some carry on it, but going back at the wall and making the play on the warning track, a bit deeper than we thought it would be hit, that was Trinko. There's no question the balls are carrying today. Balls that look like they're easy, routine plays for these fielders are carrying today. Certainly warm up here in Lincoln. So Halfley flies out to right in his first at-bat of the bottom of the 4th, and it's 1 quick out for Jared Hart. Big curveball outside for ball 1. In steps Jason Brando. Hart looks in. The lefty delivers. This one swung on and hit to short. Play made cleanly. Throw over to first in time. They'll say he's out. What a play it was by Mercado. Ruben Mercado 2 for 3 on the day, and a highlight play over at short. Deep in the 6 hole, was able to field it cleanly and make the throw over to first. So Brando grounds out 6-3, the variety. And now Trace Wilhoit, who's had his chance to make some plays over at third, has reached base in the bottom of the 2nd via a walk. The only one for Matt Sox on the day. Wilhoit takes that big looping curveball out of the left hand of Jared Hart for strike 1. Sun slowly setting here in Lincoln. Fastball high, even now 1-1 to Wilhoit. What a day for this Blues offense. It cannot be understated. Coming in here after a long road trip, one that featured way more traffic than anticipated. Jared Hart swings and misses for strike 2. And to come in here and absolutely light up the Potters pitching staff up to this point. Mind you, we're still in the bottom of the 4th. Still a ways to go in this one, but the Blues have been dominant so far. Jared Hart, 1-2, delivers. The lefty gets him to foul one back on the fastball. Hart, a guy out of this bullpen that head coach Bob Miller is going to have to rely on. Only 4 left-handed pitchers on this Blues pitching staff. Majority are right-handers. A couple can actually hit and pitch. Bob Miller said, don't be surprised if our guy out there on the mound is in the lineup too. We have some talented guys that are capable of doing both. As Wilhoit fouls one off, count still 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 8-0 Blues. Wilhoit again reached via the walk. seeing what he can do here against Jared Hart. Hart has already set them down 1-2-3. Outside fastball called, strikeout looking. And Jared Hart comes in and continues the trend of domination from Blues pitchers. Goes fly out, ground out, strikeout looking. We'll be back with you for the top of the fifth, and the Blues bats are right back to work here. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Leading off the top of the fifth for the Blues is the second baseman, Ryan Fenn. Has reached twice on 2 hits so far. We'll see what the Blues have in store in terms of an encore from that onslaught that took place in the top of the fourth. This one is hit out softly to right. Turnage is under it and makes the play for the first out. Well, certainly the Blues did all that damage, all 6 runs with 1 out. So still on pace. Fenn flies out to right, and in steps AJ Esperanza, who has hit the ball harder than anyone in the Blues lineup here today. He had that homer in the top of the first that started off this team's offense in the season with a bang. He takes ball 1. Then a strikeout swinging. He was going for it all, and then another base hit. And a bunch of singles for the Blues here today. Hitting for contact, the 1-0. Elijah Garcia still out there for the Potters as Esperanza swings through that 1 count, evens at 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Esperanza DHing today. Could see him possibly catch at certain points this year. We'll say that breaking ball dropped in there for a strike, and now it's 1-2.
Right here, 8-0 in favor of the Blues.
8-0 Blues here, and what has been a crazy season opener. On the road, 3-game series, the first of 3. We'll have the second one for you tomorrow right here on the Blues Streaming Network. Esperanza fouls 1 off, count evens at 2-2.
All right, let's hear those cowbells, Potter fans.
2-2 to Esperanza. Potter faithful trying to make some noise and help Garcia out. This one's hit sharply onto second. Play is made. Throw on to first. It's a 4-3 ground out. Shaver over to Halfley for the second out. Four-3 ground out. In steps Ryan Cermak, the center fielder who singled, grounded out, and flown out here today. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. But boy, is there a lot of power in that bat. Ryan Cermak, certainly one of the talents that Bob Miller noticed immediately upon watching his team practice as he swings through a sharp breaking ball, count 0-1. Cermak, a junior out of Illinois State University, one of 3 players on this Blues team from Illinois, stands 6'2", 210 pounds. Takes the breaking ball inside as the count evens at 1-1. Had a solid 2021 campaign for Illinois State. Batted .284, 54 hits, 10 doubles, 4 triples, 11 home runs. Hit only 2 in his first year of collegiate action. 40 RBIs to go with a slugging percentage of .553. Cermak, the 1-1. Hits one, lined into right center, and a base hit for Cermak. He'll think about 2, but the throw on into second is on time, and he'll have himself a single. Here's Austin Shell now, the catcher. He'll step in. Two outs, and the Blues get another single from Cermak. Shell, who has reached twice on a walk and a single in this one. Throw over to first to check on Cermak by Garcia. Shell awaits. First pitch from Garcia is in there. We've seen the breaking ball working for strikes. The Potters came into this one on a 2-game losing streak. Lost 2 of 3 of their first in-conference play. That one gets by the catcher. Cermak will gladly take off for second on a wild pitch from Garcia. So stop me if you heard this, but a Blues player is in scoring position as Cermak finds his way into second on the pass ball. Look, Potters are looking to get back in the win column here. Again, a tough 2 of 3 game stretch in which they lost. Jason Brando just joined the team today. Bradley Wilcott, who had come in, had a solid ERA. It will be inflated after this one. He came in with a 3.6 ERA, but he surrendered 6 on 10 hits so far. That breaking ball is way inside and hits Austin Shell, so he'll take first base after being hit by the pitch. And if you're going to take one on the shoulder, you'd like to have it be a nice slow breaking ball. Shell gladly takes first. Cermak at second. And in steps Mason Grotto. Grotto, who had the hardest hit ball by any Blue today that did not leave the ballpark. You could argue it was hit harder than any of the home runs they've hit today. It was a double to left center that scored 2 runs. Runners take off for second and third. The throw is over to third. Cermak is safe. Shell is safe. Runners are in second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. No letting up from this Blues offense. Still being aggressive on the base paths. And Coach Bob Miller has got to love that. He'll love it because he always wants, as he was as a player, his team to always give their best effort, no matter what the score of the game is. They could be down. He said, we could be down 10-0. I still want us being aggressive on the base pass, aggressive in the batter's box. Obviously, you're trying to come back. But even with this lead, taking advantage of Potter miscues and have played at 8 so far in this one. Threatening here with runners on second and third. Swung on and missed by Grotto as he was trying to plate him himself. It's 1-2 now. Elijah Garcia just 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. In the season opener for the San Luis Obispo Blues. Garcia, breaking ball. This one's lined into left center. That'll drop, and that'll be an extra base hit. That will plate both runs. It's a 1-hopper to the fence. It's another double for Mason Grotto. Another 2 RBI double. 4 RBIs on the day, 2 extra base hits. He's in there standing. It's 10-0 Blues. Just unbelievable. Elijah Garcia was just 1 strike away, left it over the plate. Grotto didn't miss it. And here comes TJ Clarkson, who his last time up went deep for 2 runs. This one's hit up sharply on the right side, but foul. He'll be behind 0-1. 0-1 to TJ. Let's say he did not go around as the count evens at 1-1. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Garcia looks at second, eyes the plate, delivers. Breaking ball is fouled off by Clarkson. 10-0 Blues, and an even more comfortable cushion for whoever comes in out of that bullpen to give what Bob Miller was asking for. Whoever's in there, if they can give me 3 clean innings, we'll be thrilled. This team has only practiced twice. With today being the season opener, as the 1-1 is low for ball 2, a lot of these guys met each other today. It was fun being on the bus with them because it was a lot of friendly introductions. It was a lot of guys meeting each other and realizing, oh, I'm going to be protecting you in this batting order. And what a way to introduce themselves to this 2021 season as they lead the Lincoln Potters 10-0 here on the road as Clarkson pops one up to right. Turnage is under it. He'll come on and record the 3rd out. Side is retired, but not before the Blues do more damage. They lead 10-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, and the Potter Bats will look to scratch the surface of what is right now a blowout, but what a performance so far from the San Luis Obispo Blues. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Bottom of the 5th now, 10-0 Blues. Leading off the inning, number 29, Cameron Carr, steps in. He's been doing the catching today for a pitching staff that has been roughed up by the Blues so far to the tune of 10 runs. Hart, the lefty, delivers, gets him to swing and miss through the first fastball of the at-bat. Carr, who flew out to right field in his first at-bat, finds himself batting now in the bottom of the 5th with his team trailing. But, of course, still valuable at-bats here and valuable experience out of the bullpen in Jared Hart's first appearance as the fastball is outside but in there for strike 2 as he painted the corner. Again, this is the first of a 3-game series between these two teams. High fastball, a bit too high. Count now 1-2. Carr stands in, and Hart looks to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Looping curveball, got him looking. Strike 3 called. crazy movement on the off-speed stuff coming out of Jared Hart's left hand and gets Cameron Carr to strike out looking. That's the way he ended the bottom of the fourth, the strikeout looking of Trace Wilhoit. Cade Turnage, who's been manning right field today defensively, is hitless so far with a strikeout swinging. And this is his first at-bat against Jared Hart in this one. Breaking ball is inside for ball one. Turnage with a tall batting stance. Lefty on righty here. Cade looks at the fastball outside. Wanted to offer at it, but it was ball two anyway. Two-0 is swung on and missed. Cade Turnage out of Granbury, Texas. Stands at 6'3", 215. He's a senior there. In his 2021 campaign, had a solid season. This season so far, again, these numbers including non-conference competition, batting .245 with 45 at-bats on the season. This is 47th. In there now as the count evens 2-2 on him. Hart already recording one out so far in the bottom of the fifth. Has Turnage in a 2-2 count, the lefty. Fastball in there, got him looking. Jared Hart's dialed in. That's 3 straight strikeouts, all 3 looking. And that tells you that the stuff coming out of his hand, they think it's going to be outside. He's got wicked movement on the fastball and the breaking ball. Again, we mentioned this is his first appearance of the year, but so far, near flawless performances by Matt Sox, who was clean through 3 full innings of work as Hart delivers ball 1 to Drew Stahl out of Minnesota. But now Jared Hart has come in out of the bullpen and is just dealing from the left side of the plate. 3 strikeouts on the day so far for him. The 1-0 to Stahl. Fastball. This one's driven out to left. This one's got some carry on it, but it'll be fielded cleanly by Guy. That's the 3rd out of the inning as Jared Hart retires the side. 2 strikeouts looking and a fly out to left. Blues still lead this one 10-0. Their bats will be back at it in the top of the 6th inning. Thanks for listening to the Blues Streaming Network. Back in Lincoln, 10-0 Blues.
For the Blues, number 12.
Pinch hitters in now for the Blues. Costello in there now, pinch hitting for, I believe, Thomas Trinka, so he'll be coming in for him. Elijah Garcia still out there for the Potters, still dealing from the right side of the plate. Delivers ball 2. Takes outside. 3-0. The count. Costello, a sophomore out of Pleasanton, California. Went to Dublin High School. Bats from the left side of the plate. That one's in there for a strike. Count 3-1. You'd think for the Blues, starting their season out on the road would be the most challenging part. If you talk to Coach Bob Miller as Costello draws a 5-pitch walk, he would say, Coach Miller would say that what was most challenging was the fact that the season is starting so late. We mentioned that coming into this one, Lincoln had already played 13 games, 10 of which were non-conference, but this is their fourth conference matchup of this one. But they've been playing since late May, and the Blues have had to come in here on the fly after a long road trip and perform, and they've done that so far. The later start, 2 straight throws over to first to check on Costello by Garcia. Up to bat now, Craig Miles, second straight lefty pinch hitter, getting his first at-bat of the season. Garcia, breaking ball slipped out of his hand, is outside. So Miles looks in. 1 count. Garcia, a third straight throw over to first, checking on Costello. We saw Matt Sox doing that early, keeping the runner over at first honest. Now we're seeing Garcia do the same here with Nick Costello, who drew a walk. Swung on and missed by Miles. Craig Miles, a sophomore at George Mason. Switch hitter, depending on the arm angle of the man on the mound, out of Haymarket, Virginia. Fouls one off. Had a solid campaign, only had 10 at-bats in a shortened season, but hit 400. In 2020, he started all 12 games for George Mason, hit 262, and again, another COVID-shortened season, but he comes in now looking to have an excellent summer, get the work in, get those at-bats in with the Blues. A 4th throw over to first from Garcia, checks on Costello. Keeps him honest, but Craig Miles still a challenge at the plate with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Swung on and missed by Miles. And he'll go down swinging in the first at-bat of the season. First out of the top of the 6th for the Blues. Garcia gets himself a strikeout.
There's another strikeout brought to you by Ambrose Fuller. We give Ambrose a call.
So Costello walks to lead off the inning. Miles strikes out swinging for the first out. And in steps Ruben Mercado, who's had himself a day. 2 for 3. Has made some highlight plays over at short. Throw over to first is wide. It'll get by. And Costello's going to round second and head into third. Costly error there. Garcia checking over at first again. Overthrew his man at first in Halfley. They had to go dig that one out of right field. That's where it sailed to. It goes down as a throwing error. And that'll bring a possible 11th run for the Blues to third base in the form of Nick Costello, just 90 feet away. And Ruben Mercado, who's had a solid day at the plate, will be tasked with bringing him in. Mercado takes a looping breaking ball way inside. Didn't even flinch at it. It's ball one. Garcia, another breaking ball. Mercado fouls that one off softly. Count evens at 1-1.
All right, we need some strikes right here. Come on, Butter fans. Let's see those cowbells are ringing.
With an even count, Ruben Mercado looks to continue his solid day at the plate. As we're almost 2 hours into this one. Fastball nips the outside corner. Count now 1-2. 2 hours in, and we're in the top of the sixth. We mentioned it. Top of the fourth, incredible at-bats from the Blues. Top of the fifth, plating more runs. It's just been an excellent day at the plate for the San Luis Obispo Blues. Mercado takes ball two, count evens. Still only one out in the top of the sixth. First of three between these two teams. Blues off to a solid start so far. This one's fouled off. Count still 2-2 in a season that promises to be successful. And if you talk to Coach Bob Miller, you'd ask him, what is a successful season for you, Coach, in his first year with the program? Bob Miller's been around. He's been a head coach at Cuesta College for 19 seasons. He's been in summer ball forever. Loves to watch players develop, loves to help them develop, first of all. And if you ask him what constitutes a successful season, he said, seeing my guys get better every game, doing something that they struggle with and improving on it and getting better at it. And so far, there isn't much to improve, only 5.5 innings in. But of course, what a showing it's been. Mercado strikes out looking. Garcia gets him with a fastball in the outside corner. The second of the top of the sixth.
For the rest of this inning, that's right.
Water fans haven't had much to cheer about here today.
Pinch hitting for the Blues, number 9, Connor Costeca.
Now Connor Costeca will pinch hit for Ryan Fenn. Takes a strike. 0-1. Connor Costeca, senior at Biola University. Bats left-handed, throws right-handed, something I could never do. Stands 6 foot, 187, out of Temecula, California. Hits this one sharply up to first. Halfley can't make a play on it. It's into the outfield. That'll score another run. And Costeca, in his first at-bat, lines one sharply into right field. It gets by Halfley. Goes down as an E3, and Costeca finds himself at second base. It's 11-0 Blues. So on the error, that's now 11 runs for the Blues. And Elijah Garcia is going to have a conversation now, get on the same page with his catcher. AJ Esperanza still in there. And a heck of a day for AJ. Had that leadoff home run. Has had some also great at-bats. One strikeout swinging. Single, ground out. Has put the ball in play, which is another thing Coach Miller talks about, having competitive at-bats. Even if they end in hard contact. If hard contact ends in a ground out, he garners it a successful at-bat if you see your pitch and you get it and you put a good swing on it. Blues have been doing that and then some here today, leading this one 11-0. Esperanza takes inside, strike one. In there, strike two. So we saw Matt Sox, the starter today. Tentatively, Austin Teixeira set to start tomorrow's outing, game 2 of this series. Again, decisions that were made several days ago and could change as Esperanza lines one into left. It's another base hit. Run is going to come home. Throw at the plate is high. It is 12-0 Blues. So Costeca scores. Throw was a very strong throw, but exactly over the head of the catcher. Play could not be made. Esperanza finds himself at second base in scoring position. Still 2 outs in this top of the 6th, and a conference on the mound now. And the Potters will make a pitching change. They'll go to their third pitcher of the afternoon. He'll warm up, and we'll introduce you to him on the other end of this break. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher for the Potters is Daniel Sotelo, number 8. Another left-hander. Ryan Cermak is going to be the batter for the Blues. You can say it about every Blues bat that's been in the lineup today that they've had a successful outing. Cermak, this will be his 4th at-bat. He has singled twice, stolen a base, grounded out, and flown out. Center fielder with a heck of a lot of potential. Takes outside, ball 1. Sotelo in there, trying to have a clean outing. Cermak chokes up on the bat. Hits this one deep out to left, but it'll drift foul.
And that fellow brought to you by Maverick Electrical Services. Maverick Electrical Services at downtown Lincoln. Give it a call for all your electrical needs.
Two outs, top of the 6th. 12-0 Blues. In this season opener from Lincoln, town just outside of Sacramento. Team took their 6.5-hour bus ride to get here, and they are putting on a performance like they were the home team. And the Potters faithful have not had much to cheer about, but are still out in full effect. And I can tell not a seat has left. No one has left despite the 12-0 score. Cermak hits this one sharply on to short. Play is made. Throw on to first. Stall to Halfley. Retires the side. And Sotelo comes in, gets himself an easy first out. We'll take a short break and be right back with you for the bottom of the 6th and the Potters bats. It's 12-0 Blues on the Blues streaming network. Bottom of the 6th here in Lincoln. Glad you're still with us. New pitcher out there for the Blues is number 25, Luke Bell, sophomore at Xavier University. Xavier had a solid season. They went 28-26. He's out of Chandler, Arizona. Went to Seton High School, stands 6'4", towering out there on the mound, the right-hander. And with so many guys, they had either get limited work at their universities or had shortened seasons. Bell, excellent in his appearances with Xavier. No runs allowed in 4 appearances in 7 2/3 innings. First pitch is a ball as he bats to Jacob Shaver. Jacob Shaver struck out in his first at-bat. 1-0 is low. Count now 2-0.
He balls and no strikes this year.
2-0. Outside 3-0. Bell's first appearance of this season is behind 3-0. Will have to work his way back, battling Jacob Shaver. 12-0 Blues. Outside, and the breaking ball will walk him to start things out here in the bottom of the 6th. Back to the top of the order in Matt Volker. Volker, who singled off Sox, then flew out off of Sox, has not faced any of the Blues pitchers out of the pen. Here's Luke Bell. Luke Bell's thrown 5 straight balls, and there'll be a quick conference on the mound, reworking their game plan, going over what pitches to throw in what sequence and what feels right for Luke in this situation. Luke in high school was a 4-year member of the varsity team at Seton Catholic Prep, part of over 75 wins during his prep career, earned all regional 3 times during his high school career, twice All-State, and was a 4-year member of the varsity golf team. "2-0 the count to Volker, batting from the left side. Bell gets one in there for a strike. 2-1 now. Bottom of the 6th, runner on. Jacob Shaver walked to start out the inning. Matt Volker, now who's DHing today, has reached only once. The 2-1. This one's hit sharply up to second. What a diving play it was, but could not transfer it from glove to hand. Fenn thought he could make the play. And to no fault of his own, he made a terrific play to stop the ball there, stop it from getting out in the outfield. Instead, it will be runners on first and second with outs, a situation the Potters have not faced all year, or all season, excuse me. Pitch way inside, scared him off the plate. Luke trying to dial in his control here. Get it to come out of his hand cleanly with runners on first and second. No one out here in the bottom of the 6th, and a 12-0 ball game here in Lincoln. Bell delivers. That one's in there for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Edward Madrigal, pinch hitter here. First of the game for the Potters. 1-1. Bell delivers from the right side. That one's low ball too. Madrigal out of Elk Grove, California. Had a hit yesterday. Has not had back-to-back hits in any games this year. Trying to change that right now. 2-1. Ducks on the pond. First and second for the Potters. Bell, eyes, 2-1. That one's on the outside. It'll be 3-1. Bell thought he nipped the corner. Madrigal so far on this season, one of the Potters' bats that didn't start today, but has an average of over 300 on the season in only 13 at-bats, but has still put together a solid first couple games. Bell, the 3-1. That one nipped the corner, and that'll make the count full at 3-2. Still no outs in the bottom of the 2nd. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Blues still leading 12-0. Payoff pitch from Bell to Madrigal. That one was way inside. Bases will be loaded now with nobody out. And the first real time that the Lincoln Potters have threatened to score here today. Up until this point, the Blues bullpen had been flawless. Bell struggling with control here early and will face Evan Halfley, who's had a rough day over at first. And a rough day at the plate, as all the Potters have. Strikeout swinging, pop out to second. A chance to amend some of that as Bell looping curveball. That one was outside, ball 1. Halfley with a chance to do some damage here. Bases loaded, bumper to bumper traffic. Still 12-0 Blues, but Bell trying to get out of a jam. That one's bounced to the plate, but didn't get away. Heck of a play to not let that one get by him. Austin Shell still catching. And Bell still trying to get out of this one. 2-0 to Halfley. Inside, strike 1. Evan Halfley out of Springtown, Texas. only his 12th at-bat of this year. Still early for both teams. Bell delivers one, and Halfley with a base hit into left. That'll score one. Evan Halfley with an RBI single gets the Potters on the board. It's 12-1 now. RBI single for Evan Halfley. Bases remain loaded. Jason Brando now will step in. I've been calling him Jason Brandon all game. That's my mistake. Jason Brando has been manning center field here today, has struck out and grounded out to short. But with the bases loaded, a chance to tack on some more. Luke Bell now having a conversation. Conference on the mound with Bell will remain in there to face Brandau with the bases loaded, and still nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth in a game that's featured some very long innings, mainly on the Blues end, but the Potters trying to have one of their own here today and continue the trend of this afternoon. Again, the season opener for the Blues. Dominant so far, 12-1. Luke Bell trying to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam, has already surrendered a run here and has struggled a bit with control. Ball one there to Brandau. One 0. Breaking ball. Thought he had that one. It was a bit high, and it's 2-0 now. Bell's still looking for that first out of the inning. Fastball. Gave it everything he's got, just a bit low. And Shell had to dig that one out of the dirt. It's 3-0 now. And we'll see if Jason Brandau lifts the bat off his shoulder with the bases loaded in a 3-0 count. Bell. Inside, and he hit him. That one slipped out of his hand. And so it'll be a hit by a pitch and an RBI for Jason Brandau. An RBI that hurt. But that'll score another run. 12-2 now. Bases will remain loaded with nobody out. And the Blues will call to the bullpen and make a pitching change. We'll introduce you to the new arm after this short break. You're listening to the Blues Streaming Network. New pitcher for the Blues is Noah Buller. Thrown into a situation here where obviously his team leading by 10, but still tasked with getting out of a bases-loaded jam and still nobody out in this bottom of the sixth.
For your punters. Out Lipscomb, number 33, Trace Bruhoit.
Luke Bell came out, struggled with control, loaded the bases, and walked a run. Hit a batter, allowed an RBI single. 2 runs for the Potters so far in this one. Buller now tasked with getting them out of the jam. One ball, no strikes. Buller deals. This one's hit up in the left center through the gap. Could score a run. Can score one. It will. 12-3 now. Potters get another. Still no outs in the bottom of the sixth. Not a situation you want to play with. Obviously, a sizable lead.
Number 2, Kenneth Jimenez.
But with Kenneth Jimenez up now, including non-conference competition, he leads the team in batting average. A chance to do some real damage here. Base is still loaded and still nobody out. 12-3 Blues. Buller surrenders a run on the RBI single. But Jimenez calls for time. He doesn't get it and swings and misses through the first pitch. Jimenez now can... The crowd's already been into it this half inning, but a chance to really get them going with a knock here. But that breaking ball falls in there for strike 2. And the first 0-2 count any Blues pitcher has had any Potters batter in this inning. Buller, the 0-2 to Jimenez. His first at-bat of the game. Gets him to foul one back. Good job by Jimenez to stay alive, but that was Buller's out pitch. And we'll see if he gives him it again. Buller checks third base, looks in, delivers, gets him to swing and miss. Jimenez goes down on 4 pitches, and the first out. A weight lifted as the Blues get that first out. Base is still loaded, however, job not done. Now Quinton Hall is up, and the Potters are unleashing some of their bigger bats in these pinch hit situations with the bases loaded. Quinton Hall had a great start to his season. Have to put the asterisk next to all the numbers because, again, non-conference competition. But in the season opener, as that one gets away from Shell, but it'll be up the third base line and he'll field it. Or go grab it, as it'll be 1-0 to Quinton Hall. He homered twice in their first game of the season. So 2 homers on opening day. Has not had an extra base hit since June 3rd. No hits in conference so far. Buller delivers the 1-0 to Hall. Hall going for it all as he swings and misses. Swung so hard, took him out of the batter's box. What a hack. It's 1-1 now. Bases still loaded, still 1 out, and Buller trying to get out of it. Delivers. Gets him to swing through another one. That one didn't get him off balance that much, but still going for it all. We mentioned he's got the power. Since the 2 home runs on opening day, we mentioned no extra base hits. So you wonder when that swing will come back around. Obviously hunting for it here, the 1-2 from Buller. Hall looking to do damage. Takes inside. The fastball got him looking, and Buller gets that second strikeout of the inning and that precious second out.
For your Potters, number 5, from the University of Arizona, Jack Grant.
Another pinch hitter, third straight for the Potters. It's Jack Grant. Jack Grant trying to get more out of this bases loaded situation for his team. It's 12-3 Blues. Buller gets him to swing and foul one off. Buller 0-1. Gets ahead here early in the count. Buller, the right-hander, gets him to swing and hit this one up to short. Play made cleanly. Toss on to second. That's the third out. Side is retired. And the damage with a sizable lead is minimal. It's still 12-3 Blues. They lead by 9. That's it for the 6th inning. We'll be right back with you for the Blues bats in the top of the 7th. Thanks for listening on the Blues Streaming Network. Sotelo's still out there for the Lincoln Potters. Blues set to bat in the top of the 7th, leading 12-3. Leading off the inning and doing the catching all throughout today has been Austin Shell. Austin, who has found himself on base in 3, now 4 consecutive innings. He went walk, single, hit by a pitch, and now he'll double. Standing up with an extra base hit is Austin Shell. What a day so far for the man doing the catching. Had to check my scorecard and see if that was right, but 4 consecutive innings he has reached. Mason Grotto steps in. Mason Grotto has two RBI doubles. Sotelo is ahead of him, 0-1. The lefty looks in, deals. Looping curveball outside. Count even at 1-1. Sotelo looks in, delivers. Fastball outside, 2-1. Grotto's done some damage. Again, you can say it with everyone. They've contributed and have left their imprint on this game. Grotto with some of the louder hits. Takes a fastball in there, 2-2. 12-3 Blues still in the top of the 7th. No outs in the inning either. Runner on second. Sotelo. That curveball looped in there. Grotto was not fooled by it, fouls it off, and stays alive in the at-bat. Two-two. Sotelo tries to paint the outside corner, but it was just outside. Count now is full at 3-2.
That is.
Payoff pitch from Daniel Sotelo. This one's chopped up to short. Play is made cleanly. Throw on to first. It's the first out of the inning. So Grotto goes 6-3 on the ground out. That was Stahl to Halfley.
Could have been me, yeah. That was probably. Was me.
6-3 ground out is the first out. That pitch is outside. The runner at third will hold. Shell had a mind to possibly score if that got away. Pinch hitter now, Caustic steps in for the Blues. Swings through one there. Count evens at 1-1. That one's outside. Two and one. Swung on and missed. Caustic going for it all. Will make his way back around to an even count at 2-2. Fouled that one off. It was high and outside. Stays alive. Still only one out and a possible 13th run for the Blues. 9 away, 12-3, and what's a comfortable margin so far. Potter threatening, only able to plate 3 in an inning that felt like they had the bases loaded for almost the entire thing. 2-2, Sotelo to Caustic. Way outside. Count will be full. Payoff pitch. Swung on and hit into right center. That's how he'll start his season off. Caustic with an RBI. He'll try to head into second. Looked like he was going to be out at second, but the throw was cut off. And if it wasn't, he would have been out, but the ump will make the call. Oh, Caustic is in safe with a double. RBI double. And the 13th run for the Blues. We're now 13-3. Costello pinch hit for Thomas Trinket to start the day off. Found himself on base via a walk and then came around to score. 13-3 now. The Blues have that 10-run lead right back. Looping curveball way inside, but didn't make him. He didn't have to move, and it's 1-0. Ball one. here. Surrenders a run. That one, again, way inside. That time the fastball, and it's 2-0.
All right, Potter fans, come on, let's fire up right here. Let's hear some of those cowbells. Take a nice-
The 2-0 from Sotelo. That one's right over the plate. Sotelo versus Costello in this at bat. It's 2-1. Righty on lefty.
I got one.
Blues have already plated one in the inning off the double. I've had runners in scoring position for consecutive innings. 3-1. Right over the plate, but popped up. Drifting out into center. Who will play? As Brandon comes on to make the catch. Still 13-3, and in steps Craig Miles. Craig Miles, who struck out in his first at-bat of the season. Struck out looking. So Craig steps in and will bat from the right side of the plate now. Way outside on the fastball. Gets ahead of him.
Let's hear Potter fans.
This is the first of a 3-game weekend series for the SLO Blues. Miles takes high and outside. Throw into the outfield, trying to check on Kostick at second. And he'll advance to third. More miscues from the Potters here, and the Blues taking advantage of it. Now a possible 14th run just 90 feet away. Craig Miles in a 2-0 count. But the Blues will be here, again, for 3 games. We'll have games 2 and 3 for you right here on the Blues Streaming Network. And then a day off. The Blues have Mondays off this year. 2-0. Miles fouls one off down the right field side. And then the home opener. You can mark it on your calendars. You probably already do. June 15th. This is the season opener here at McBean Field in Lincoln, California. Miles hits one deep into right center. This one's drifting back, but the catch is made by Turnage, and the side is retired, but not after the Blues plate another run. They have scored now in 4 consecutive innings. They lead 13-3, and we'll be right back with you after this short break for the bottom of the 7th here on the Blues Streaming Network.
Now go ahead and stand up and count it off.
Bottom of the 7th here in Lincoln. Potters back up to bat. It's Jacob Shaver to lead off a Second consecutive inning, he walked to lead off the bottom of the 6th. He will lead off the top of the 7th here, with his team trailing 13-3. What a season opener it's been for the Blues so far. Just trying to get through 2 more innings clean to come out with a win in Game 1 as Shaver fouls this one off.
And that foul out was brought to you by the Elite Baseball Club, where champion athletes are just born, they're selected, trained, molded, and tested. The Elite Baseball Club.
The 0-1. This one's hit onto third. Play is made cleanly. Throw onto first. A bit high. Pulled him off the bag, and Shaver will be safe. That was a high throw from Grotto. It was fielded clean, but Shaver will be safe at first base.
Next up for your honors, our designated hitter brought to you by designated hitter
Matt Volker back to the top of the lineup for the Potters. He's still in there. Volker, who led off the game with a single. Noah Buller still out there for the Blues. Looks in and delivers the 1-0. That one swung on, drifting out to left, and foul. Count even at 1-1. Potters get a runner to reach for the second consecutive inning. Still no outs. Blues leading 13-3. Matt Volker with a chance to do some more damage out of the leadoff spot. And Buller, who is able to get the Blues out of a crowded bottom of the 6th, deals now outside 2-1. The 2-1 from Buller. Breaking ball, bit high, 3-1 the count now. So the Potters for back-to-back innings have been patient with their approaches at the plate, have waited on their pitch, and in certain at-bats have not gotten it, instead have just been in hitters' counts. And this one's hit out to center, carrying back, going back, track, wall, gone. Home run for Matt Volker of the 2-run variety, makes it 12-5 here as he goes deep off Buller. Potters with their 9th home run as a team on the season, their first in conference play, and it makes it 12-5 now. Blues still with a comfortable lead, but the Potter fans given a chance to cheer with that extra base hit. Madrigal to bat now. See how he follows that one up. Buller still in there. Still no outs in the bottom of the 7th. Well, we've seen in back-to-back innings, when the Potters have scored, the Blues have scored. We'll see if Buller can keep this thing at 12-5. The 0-1. This one's lined right to second. Perfectly placed. First out of the inning as Madrigal lines out. Evan Halfley steps up. He had RBI of the day for the Potters. He singled in left field with the bases loaded. Got Lincoln to break through. Facing no one on the bases now and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Buller dealing. Breaking ball got him swinging. 0-1 now. The Blues have scored. Let me get this right. In 6 of 7 innings. They have given themselves plenty of breathing room. They score 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 6 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the top of the 7th. What a day for this offense. Buller, the 1-1 on to Halfley. Painted the corner 1-2 now. To the tune of 13-5. 3 home runs in this one, 2 by the Blues, courtesy of A.J. Esperanza and T.J. Clarkson. Halfley takes ball 2.
All right, let's count them up right here.
Buller's got him in a 2-strike count, trying to limit the damage to just 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Bit low, count will be full at 3-2. Payoff pitch from Buller to Halfley. Got him to swing, but fouled it off to the right side. Halfley facing a full count and Noah Buller on the mound. The right-hander looks to deal with just 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Payoff pitch, breaking ball, got him swinging. It's a strikeout, and it's the 2nd out for Buller. Who's in this bottom of the 7th? Jason Brando now. Jason Brando goes to school down south. He goes to Cal State Fullerton. Manning center field today. Has only reached on after being hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. That drove in a run. Brando fouls one back.
That ball brought to you by Milkman Toner. Milkman Toner, your one-stop convenient hometown type of printer racing wheel and toner support company, servicing the silent and fire company area.
Brando awaits the 0-1 from Buller. Swings and misses. We've seen the fastball working from Noah. We've seen the off-speed. Oh, and 2 now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Buller paints the outside corner. Got him looking. That retires the side. Back-to-back strikeouts for Noah Buller. Ends the 7th inning. On to the 8th. And the Blues bats in the top of the 8th. They lead this one 13-5. And we'll be back with you after this short break on the Blues Streaming Network.
Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick, but I'm sure that you can probably go get yourself a job if you're in the area. Just outside on the concourse, of course, Back Jack Catering is here tonight. Serving up the best in hot dogs, corn sausage, hot wings. Go grab yourself one right now. And friends, be sure to make sure and stick around following the conclusion of the game, and you can have your kids run the bases. Kids will be lined up at the gate nearest the first base dugout. Now,
new pitcher for the Potters, Garrett Leggett, lefty out there, number 37. The Blues bats here in the top of the 8th as we approach 3 hours of game time. And as we approach only half the amount of time in this one that the Blues spent on the team bus. 3 hours of game time here, 6.5 on the bus. This one's ripped out to left center, but playable and under it to make the out. First of the inning is Fury.
next up for the Blues.
The teams up here tonight and the night after will play the early game on Sunday and head back down to SLO. Well, again, they'll get their day off. That's Mondays this season, and then Tuesday, the home opener. And we hope to see all you guys there. Leggett records a quick out and now is behind 1-0. This one's a high bouncer onto second. Play is made, throw on to first. He is out. Second. Sage Parra steps in now. His first at bat. Fouls that one off. 0-1. 1-0, excuse me. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Garrett Leggett out there, the lefty dealing. Fastball down the middle. That one is fouled off. Now the count's even.
Brought to you by Speedy Carpet Cleaners. Speedy takes the time to care for your carpet and upholstery. That's Speedy, sir.
Sage Parra going to be used in a utility role this season, Coach Miller tells me. Out of Westmont University. Breaking ball is low for ball 2. Out of Templeton, California, Mission Prep High School. Parra awaits the 2-1, fouls another one off.
All right, Potter fans, come on, let's hear those cowbells.
Hitting .221 for his collegiate career. Only 8 at-bats in 2021. Lefty against lefty. Leggett onto Parra. That one's way outside. Still 13-5 Blues. This one's golfed out to right center, carrying well back and at the track. It's a stand-up double for Sage Parra. That's how he starts his 2021 summer campaign. Stand-up double and another extra base hit for the Blues. So a double to right center, gets a runner in scoring position yet again, and Ryan Cermak to the plate. Cermak, who's reached and advanced into scoring position. What you notice about Ryan is he's so good at making contact because of where he chokes up on the bat, almost as if he's taking the two-strike approach from the first pitch of the at-bat as he checks his swing, but they'll say he went around and it's 0-1. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Blues by 8. Leggett. Cermak sends this one into left, but coming on quickly to make the play is Fury out in left. That's the 3rd out. Side is retired. Score remains the same. The Blues finally do not score in their half of the inning, but still maintain that 8-run lead. And now it'll be the Potters' bats to see if they can scratch and claw into this one a little bit more. They've got 6 more outs to do it, and we'll be back with you for those 6 outs on the Blues streaming network.
Everything's alright. I'll just say goodnight and I'll show myself to the door. Hey, I believe, cause we see this every hour and day. All these times that I
New pitcher for the Blues is Samuel Page. And he'll step in for this bottom of the 8th. Again, the Blues just 6 outs away from starting this season off with a bang, leading this one by 8. Page delivers fastball outside corner 0-1. Potters fans not happy with that call. Quick conference on the mound just to get on the same page.
All right.
13-5 Blues here in Lincoln. Page ready to deal from the right side. Paints the outside corner yet again. A similar pitch, a similar call. 0-2. Fans still not happy at all. 0-2. Time called.
Let's Potter up, Potter fans. Let them hear it, huh?
Swung on and missed. So Page retires the first out with 3 pitches. 3-pitch strikeout.
Number 2, Jimenez.
Ken Jimenez back up for his second at-bat. He too struck out in his last at-bat, but on 4 pitches. Page, set, delivers. Just painting that outside corner. It's the same pitch, and the ump has made the same call 3 times. Fans still not thrilled. Jimenez looks in. Pitch was to the same area. Fastball outside. Jimenez. The 0-2 from Page. Fooled him. Foul tipped into the glove. Second consecutive strikeout for Page. And here's Quinton Hall. Quinton Hall, who had some hacks with the bases loaded, will step in for his second at-bat. Hall out of Lenexa, Kansas. 6'2", 190. A lot of pop in that bat. Plotters are just waiting to see it in conference play. Two outs. Bottom of the 8th. Blues will be up to bat one more time in the top of the 9th. The 1-0 to Hall. In there, strike one, count evens. Takeaways for the Blues today. Terrific at-bats. Good performances from their pitching staff, aside from a few who just struggled with control. But the offense, the bright spot in this one, giving, even if the other pitchers had struggled today, enough runs to provide a cushion and not allow anyone on this pitching staff to feel like they had to pitch perfect, even though, to name a few, Matt Sox and Jared Hart did. 2-1. Outside again. They are calling everything on the outside corner. At least he's been consistent with it. If anything, you can give him that. Count even 2-2. Page looks in to deliver to Quinton Hall. Wasn't going to call that one a strike. Count full now. Full count to Quinton Hall. Page looks in. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking ball goes high. Hall will take a walk. Potters get a man on.
For your Potters, number 5, Jack Grant.
But here's Jack Grant now. His second at-bat. Faces Page with a runner on. Page has those pauses in his delivery. As he lifts the foot up and then pauses right before the delivery of the pitch. The unique timing of his delivery on the 1-0 as Hall takes off for second. Pitch was outside for ball 2, and Quentin Hall will have himself a stolen base and will now be in scoring position. The 2-0. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Page checks on Hall at second. Chooses to throw over. Yeah, he's got him in a pickle now. Page throws on. Hall is out. Bit of a base running error there. Goes down as the third out. Quentin Hall is caught stealing. Jack Grant does not, or he'll be up to bat in the bottom of the ninth. He'll lead off that half of the inning. For now, we'll head into the top of the ninth. Final frame of this one from Lincoln. 13-5 Blues here in the season opener. We'll be right back with you after the short break on the Blues streaming network. Time for the final frame here in Lincoln. Austin Shell leads this thing off, taking outside ball 1. The 1-0. Breaking ball just dips a bit inside, 2-0. Shell, who's been in the game the entire time in a situation where the Blues could have easily gone to more pinch hitters, get more bats at bats, but Shell did a phenomenal job calling pitches at the plate, being in sync with this pitching staff. Takes outside ball 3. And has earned himself, this might be his 7th at bat. Ball 4, and Shell will take a walk. Up steps Mason Grotto. He's still in there too, has been manning the hot corner all game over at third base, and has driven in 4. 2 RBI doubles that took place in back-to-back innings, top of the 4th and top of the 5th. Mason Grotto Lines one up to center field. How about a 3-hit day for Mason Grotto? Runners on first and second for the Blues, taking no at-bats off. We mentioned it. No matter the score, still going to battle at the plate and still going to try and get theirs. And why not? It's been a heck of a season opener. On the road, mind you. Full crowd. Cowbells and all. You're in Lincoln, California, just outside of Sacramento. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And the fans rejoice at a called strike. The 0-1. That one loops a bit inside, and count will be even now. Blues will head to their hotel rooms tonight, get a good night's rest, and be right back out here for first pitch tomorrow. Game 2 of this 3-game opening series on the road here at McBean Stadium. Pulled in just in time. Strike called on the outside corner. Fans rejoicing that now they get those calls on the outside corner. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Swung on and missed. Leggett gets the strikeout. There's one out in the inning now. Spoke with assistant coach Casey Belt before this. We were pulling into the parking lot and asked him, we arrived at 5 p.m. First pitch was scheduled for 6, and I asked Coach, what's the latest you've ever arrived for a first pitch? He said, this is cutting it close. It was interesting to see just kind of, you're looking at the GPS, and the time that you're going to get there continues to just extend and get longer. And we were scheduled to come in around 3:30, and it was pushed back another hour and another half hour. And the team got here an hour before first pitch. It was a long drive. Everyone was thankful to get here. And I guess when you're cooped up in a bus for 6.5 hours, when you come out and play the sport you love, especially in this season opener, in a season that promises to be so much fun for these guys, they came out and had a ball and just absolutely lit up this Potters pitching staff and are doing the same here in the top of the 9th, even though they're up 8 runs. Leggett in their strike one called 2-1. They got off that bus, and we're so excited to play. Came out and put together a heck of an year. It won't look like it's going to go down. 3 routes to go, but a 1-0 start for the SLO Blues. Leggett behind in the count. The lefty deals. This one's lined up center field, and that'll be a base hit. Run will try to score. Throw goes to third. How about another? 14-5 Blues. Shell comes around to score. And in steps Craig Miles. That was Nick Costello with the RBI single to make it 14-5 now. And now Craig Miles steps in. Switch hitter, again batting from the right side. Takes inside, ball 1. Low again, ball 2. Conference on the mound. Garrett Leggett is behind now and has already surrendered a run in this half of the inning. Quick conference, just getting on the same page.
All right, let's fire up right here, Potter fans. Come on, let's hear it.
Now approaching 9:15 Pacific. Still a capacity crowd. Leggett. Outside corner. Ball 3. Fans wanted that one. Instead, Craig Miles finds himself in a hitter's count. Way inside and low. Craig Miles will take a walk to load the bases. Nothing new today. Bases loaded for the Blues. Only 1 out in the half inning. Only difference in this setting is that the sun is not out. Ruben Mercado steps in. Ruben, again, phenomenal day at the plate. Takes outside, ball 1. That one not close, and Leggett struggling with control here. Conference on the mound, and we'll see if this is a meeting of the minds or a pitching change. Looks to just be a meeting. Leggett, who got out of his last half inning of work relatively clean. Bases loaded yet again for the Blues. Ruben Mercado up there trying to do some more damage. Garrett Leggett throwing from the left side of the mound. Ruben has been manning shortstop today. Takes strike 1, has not lifted the bat off his shoulder quite yet. Blues have now scored officially in 7 of 9 innings here today. This one's hit opposite field, out to right, drifting. Foul ball. With the day they've had, would not have been surprised if it just died in fair territory. Possibly could have cleared the bases. Instead, it stays 14-5. One and 2, and Leggett finally ahead in the count on a Blues bat. Swung on, pulled, foul. Pulled that one foul.
Here's those cowbells.
'This one, a nibbler to second. Will it be tossed to first in time? It will, but a run will score nonetheless.
No batting. Number 9, Connor the second.
(15-5) Blues, and back to what it's been most of today, a double-digit lead. I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see how this team follows it up tomorrow. What a show they put on today and are still putting on. Battling to the last out. Leggett. Low ball 2. 2-0 to Costeca. This one's hit. Right base side. First base side, excuse me. Taken to the base. That retires the side. 15-5 Blues. 3 more outs to go. 3 outs away from a 1-0 start to this 2021 season for the SLO Blues. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back with you for those final 3 outs from Lincoln.
Leading off for your fathers at the University of Arizona, number 5, Jack Grant.
Jack Grant, who didn't get a chance to officially finish his at-bat from the bottom of the 8th, will bat here to lead off the bottom of the 9th as Quentin Hall was caught stealing to end that half inning. And the new pitcher to try and shut the door for the Blues, Miller Pleeman, junior out of Arkansas. .6'4", 200. Had a 2021 campaign that featured a 3.0 ERA. Limited innings of work. This one's golfed foul to right field. Not foul, excuse me. That was in fair territory. And the play was made by Trinka for the first out.
Now batting for your Potters out of Stanford University, number 24, Jake Sapien.
Here's Jake Sapien out of Stanford. Second to last chance for the Potters as Pleeman gets the first out easily. This one puts a charge into that one into right center, going back track, wall play made. That one had the sound, but just not the distance. If it was 3 hours earlier in the day and the sun was out and the air was warm, I think that one might have had a chance of leaving, but it stays in nonetheless. And it is the second out. Last chance for the Potters here. 15-5 Blues. Right-hander. This one, ground ball to short. Play is made. Throw on to first. Game is over. Blues win. 15-5 the final. And what a way to say hello to this 2021 season for the San Luis Obispo Blues. They come into Lincoln an hour before first pitch. 6.5 hour bus ride. Get off the bus, get onto the field, and dominate here. Takeaways for the Blues. Epic at-bats. Terrific innings where they passed the baton off. Guys protecting themselves, protecting each other in the batting order. Again, a lot of these guys met each other today, and they came together and they put together a heck of a performance, starting the season off with a win. And Bob Miller's got to be happy, but it's just the first step. We'll be right back with you for first pitch tomorrow. Same place, same time. And folks, just want to say thank you so much for bearing with us. Any technical difficulties, any problems with the camera, we're sorting it all out. We're going to get it done for you. And we hope you enjoyed this one as much as we did. I'm Zach Ebrahim saying so long from Lincoln. We'll be back with you for more Blues baseball here on the Blues Streaming Network. Go enjoy yourselves, and we'll do the same.